Let me give you a history lesson, young man. Here's a Kobe story for you.
I think she has a lot to do with who you've been able to become.
She's been my #1 fan and my toughest critic. And I know about holes in my socks and patches in my pants. It made me feel like I need to do something special with my life for her.
Tell me a little bit about the Jalen Rose Leadership Academy.
Instead of helping 40 kids, now I'm helping 400. That's what makes us different. People come into your life for 4 reasons. Choose wisely. Failure is not an option.
Jalen Rose, welcome to the show. Good to see you.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate the love.
Let's go right to the GOAT conversation. Who's your top 5?
Of course, somebody I rooted against his entire career, but Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time. My top 5, Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Russell, LeBron James, Irvin Magic Johnson.
Wow. You didn't put Shaq in there. I respect Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And I hear all you guys want to keep putting him in the top 5. It feels like you're being nice to your older uncle who took good care of you. But that's not what you would choose. If we were at the park, I don't believe for 2 seconds that you would choose Kareem over Shaq Diesel. You know you wouldn't.
I love Shaq. But when we talk about greatest centers of all time, he's probably, 4th or 5th?
You're picking a fight with the big fella again. You're picking a fight. You know the big fella's sensitive.
That's my dog. I love the big fella. That's my guy. But we ain't just about to leapfrog him over Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Let me give you a history lesson, young man.
Okay.
Gather around the campfire. Since I have to be the old man in the room, I'll do that. When we talk about dominance, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar won how many championships in high school? 1, 2, 3, 4 at Power Memorial. Okay? Went to UCLA. They beat them by 20. And then his sophomore year, they went on to win 3 more championships. 3. Okay? And he gets to the NBA, how many championships? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many MVPs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I hear why you like Kareem. You got the Kareem thing wrong, but that's okay. I still love you. Take me into sports a little bit. One of the things that I've never fully understood is that you will see guys who physically look the same, and then one guy will be a lot better. Why is that? Because there are guys who are as tall as LeBron, right? And yet, why do you think, as someone who competed yourself, why do certain guys, even if physically they don't seem more gifted than the other guys, why do they ascend?
I was out there and saw LeBron James score 55 points. I was out there and saw Kobe Bryant score 81 points. I was there when Michael Jordan did The Last Dance and had his 6th championship. What separates those guys from everybody else is this right here. There are some guys that want to play 1 or 2 games, and there's some dudes that want to play all day. And then you got those maniacal dudes that are like, I'm going to do whatever it takes. Failure is not an option. When I said that, it reminded me of the late, great Kobe Bryant. Like, just saying that, right? And so now you're playing against these guys, and here's a Kobe story for you. 94, right after I got drafted, 94, 95, we at UCLA, we working out doing drills. And at the time, it's like, yeah, what do hoopers do after that? You know, all right, so we got to go to the spa. You know, we're going to have to get in the hot tub. We're going to have to get some massages. Like, we got to recover our bodies, you know? When we were done at the spa, he went back to UCLA. I went to go hang out. That's the difference. And then you put that with this. LeBron is socially and politically conscious, and I love to see him winning a championship right now as a duality on a Wendy's box where I Promise School, and I'm a member of More Than a Vote, and while winning a championship, so people can't say, oh, you can't do both. Just think about this. I don't see him having fun. Is he having fun? Michael Jordan, did he have fun? You ever see him have fun? What do you think when you see him? Like, I can't wait to kick it with him.
Right.
Right? That's the difference in those dudes. And it's respectfully half crazy. Because I can't be that wound that tight all of the time.
You're saying it's nature versus nurture. You're saying, in a way, you have to be born a little off to be Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Absolutely. Do you see these guys having fun? Have you ever seen Larry Bird smile?
Jalen, how did you decide to get into broadcasting?
Communications was my major in college, radio, TV, film. I started doing this job in 2002. This is my 18th year covering the NBA Finals.
Is that right?
Yes, I jumped right into it while I was playing. I played in the 2000 Finals, and when I got traded to the Bulls in 2002, they had 9 wins in February. So I was like, we ain't going to playoffs. So I reached out to a contact I had with Mad Sports. I had just did 106 in Park. I had just did a couple of car washes at BET. And so I pitched them an idea to let me cover the Lakers and Nets finals. So they believed in it. They did it. We cut it. We edited it, and they aired it. And then I pitched the same idea to the Best Damn Sports Show the following year. And so from 2002 to 2007, I was playing in the league while working in the media.
What, if anything, does that do for you to be able to do both? Did it in some way make you a better athlete or in some way make you a better announcer, the fact that you were parallel processing?
It allowed me to never take it personal. And it was easier for me to break through because I know way too much. I'm playing in the league while working in the media. So what ended up happening is they started to respect the fact that I was bringing the truth, but I knew what line not to cross. I walked right to the edge of the pool and bring the public all the way in so that they feel like they got it all. But the players know there's a whole nother part of the story that I know that I didn't reveal. And they appreciate that. So if a guy have a bad game, I ain't gonna be like, well, last night at 4 o'clock.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Right. It's more like whatever I saw on the floor. And then when guys started to pay attention to that, they didn't take it personal and it was all love, and they, supported me and wanted me to keep ascending.
You have a talented and wonderful wife, Molly Karen Rose, one of the co-hosts of First Take. What have you learned about love?
Oh, it's humble. It's sacrifice. It's uplifting. It's like there's sometimes I roll over in the morning, I'm like, okay, I won in life. She married me. She carries my last name. And she's a sweetheart. She's a veteran in the industry. She's been doing it almost 15 years for various networks, CBS, done the UFC, now working with First Take. She's going into her Collegiate Hall of Fame. She's an amazing woman. I'm really fortunate that she's my wife.
Our home is the training ground for her dreams policy. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
I've heard you talk about your mom, and I appreciate her without even knowing her.
Thank you.
For folks who haven't had a chance to meet your mom, will you give us just a little bit, who was she, where is she from? Because I think she has a lot to do with who you've been able to become.
Oh, she has everything to do with who I am. She's been my #1 fan and my toughest critic. She always knew the difference between patting me on the back and kicking me in the butt. My biological father is Jimmy Walker. He's the #1 pick in the 1967 NBA draft. I never met him. I went to his funeral with his former All-Star teammate, my godfather, Dave B. Okay, and so I grew up in the NBA family, even though I wasn't a part of the family. In my mind, I was in the family. You can't tell me nothing. I'm in the league. I'm going to the league. She continued to allow me to have that confidence, which is really important. So, because I was that kid dribbling in the house all of the time, putting hangers on the top of the doors, dunking and messing up the doors. And she allowed me to do that as long as I took care of business in school. And I remember one time, I was in 6th grade. I was goofing off in class and I got suspended. I got into a fight with a kid and took me off the basketball team. Like, I was crushed. And so it tested our relationship because I wasn't leaving the house to go play ball now. And if it's wintertime, I ain't on the team. It's like, yo, I'm handcuffed. But it made us closer. And she created the name Jalen. It's a combination of James, my biological father, and my Uncle Leonard that took her to the hospital to give birth. So now since 1991, you're going to see a lot of people named Jalen. I'm the elder statesman of the group. My mother made that name up.
You know what's interesting about that name Jalen is the broad range of people who use it. Because I know female Jalens, I know male Jalens, I know black, I know white. That's interesting that name traveled broadly.
It's soft. And there's a synergy in the name. Like, we think about what we're going to name our prize son or daughter. And if people don't like you or don't respect you, guess what they're not going to do? Name their kid after you. So when I started to realize that, it gave me a new level of responsibility that I got to represent. Because every day of my life, I have people coming up to me telling me, I got a son, I got a daughter, I got a cousin that named them after you. Like, whoa, this is really happening. That's love. And so I started to embrace and accept that. And it, to be honest with you, fueled me as a man. Because I realized the responsibility that came with it. And I'm really fortunate.
Dreaming fearlessly, I feel like you embody it. It's something I talk about on the show a lot. Best advice you can offer to people who are trying to dream fearlessly, but Jalen may not know how to do it, may not feel like they have the resources to do it. Give them a piece of advice.
I got you. And I'm going to hit my chest on the left side before I tell y'all this. This is the best advice I could ever give you. This is 8 to 80 advice. People come into your life for 4 reasons. 4. Everybody that you encounter come into your life for 4 reasons. Every time you look down at your phone, your email, your text, 4 things happening. 4. People are there to add, subtract, multiply, or divide. Choose wisely.
Man, you gave something beautiful there. I often talk about angels. I often tell people don't find mentors, find angels. Better than a mentor is an angel, because mentors help you when you know you need help. Angels help you sometimes when you don't even know that you need their help. So if I think about your mom as an angel, tell me about a time when she helped you dream fearlessly.
I remember a period of time when we didn't have hot water. We was boiling water to wash up. And I know about liverwurst and sugar water and mayonnaise sandwiches and holes in my socks and patches in my pants. And I just remember in the mornings appreciating her sacrifice, because she worked at Chrysler for over 20 years. And when I was young, she was also a waitress. It made me feel like I need to do something special with my life for her.
I'm the son of teachers, so I was excited to hear that you've started charter schools. Tell me a little bit about the Jalen Rose Leadership Academy.
Open enrollment, nonprofit, tuition-free, public charter high school. We do not cherry pick students. We have students that fall in the homeless category. We have the students that fall into the special needs category. We created a 9 through 16 model where we don't just focus on graduating them from high school, but we also carry them through college as well. So we have 400 plus in high school. I have another 500 between their freshman year and currently 5th year of college. We know in the United States of America, you don't get as far with a high school diploma as you used to. So it's my goal to make sure that we're there for them after college. Your highest performing high schools, when those students graduate, guess what the high school do? Good luck. Congratulations. Throw your hat in the air like you just don't care.
Right.
That's what makes us different.
But what made you do it though? Because you were busy already. I mean, you were playing, you were commentating, you were courting Miss Rose to be. You know, you were a busy man. What made you actually go ahead and start? Because this is serious, right? This is serious. These are kids. These are education. Mm-hmm. You can't like play in and out of this. Like if you're gonna do this, you have to do it. No. What made you go down this road?
I was initially via the Jalen Rose Charitable Fund, aiding 5 public school students for around 7 or 8 years and giving them scholarship dollars to go off to college. And frankly, I realized I was basically begging the schools to correspond with me to get the free money to the students. And it frustrated. I'm calling trying to talk to a principal, trying to talk to a counselor, trying to get the letters filled out, trying to meet a deadline, trying to. And I'm like, wait a minute. I was a public school student. This is what happens in public school, right? I know that you made it to the league and you're fortunate enough to put your kids in private school and you get all of those emails of each step they're taking all day and the high school that looks like a college, but that ain't really the reality of life. And so it was just a graduation of that mission. Instead of helping 40 kids over 7-8 years, now I'm helping 400. And I know I didn't just want them to have to end at high school, because the ages of 14 to 22 in this country, to be frank, is when you're not viewed as cute and cuddly when you're Black. And so that's where we swooped in and was like, no, 14 to 22, we're gonna create an 8-year, if not more, incubator for young people to have an opportunity to be successful and do something with their lives.
Let me end with my rapid fire segment. I'm gonna hit you with 5 or 6 different things, see how good your reflexes are these days.
Okay.
What's the best piece of business advice you've ever gotten?
Isaiah Thomas, Hall of Fame Detroit Piston, who's coaching me in Indiana. And so he brought me into the office. He was like, the best way you could be a role model to your community is for them to see you doing something. To be honest, in a lot of ways, the blueprint of a lot of what I do, where did Magic do it? What did Magic do? What did Isaiah do? I just follow behind their leadership. Oh, they had great smiles. Oh, when I get to the league, I'm gonna get me some veneers. I want to smile like Magic.
So there's been a little bit more of a legacy.
Because of Magic. This is Magic in 79, 80. Y'all know I was a little kid hooping in the house with some aluminum foil and a sock, trying to be Magic. I'm like, I can't wait to have a goatee one day like Magic. I'm gonna be out there killing them.
Why'd you decide to do this column in the New York Post?
A lot of people in particular, and this is not a flattering, what's the term I want to use? This is not a flattering stereotype, but you know if they say if you want to hide something from a brother, put it in the book, right? And so I always wanted to represent the opposite. I wanted to be educated. I wanted to make the honor roll. I wanted to go to college. I wanted to make the dean's list. And so the reason, if you've ever seen the advertisements I do for them, it's me barefoot on the newspaper when I get it. Because in my mind, I looked down one morning and I realized as I was picking up the paper, and that was the image of it, that I'm creating new footprints in the industry.
Hey, Jalen, this is too much fun, and you have to come back. And next time, I want you to bring Molly with you, elevate things in both cases, and I look forward to seeing you again.
Done. I appreciate the love.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed Jalen Rose. You know I enjoy him. For those of you who are getting to know the show, I'm a sports junkie. Guilty as charged. So that was all kinds of a good time. Love what he had to say about Michael Jordan and that mindset. Disagreed with him on the big fella Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and on Shaq Diesel. But I'll say that till Shaq's on the show. We'll deal with it then. I love what a creative hard worker and thinker that Jalen clearly is, all the different things he's doing. And love his mom. Haven't even met her yet, but love her a lot. And love the way he talked about Molly Karam Rose. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the show. And if you did, think about subscribing if you haven't already. Definitely tell a friend. And you're going to want to check out the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, you're going to want to check out the podcast here. We got some good stuff. I'll see you again soon. Hey, tune into the Carlos Watson Show. It's like no other. You're going to enjoy it every weekday on YouTube.